Hello and welcome to UBC Lunchtime News. I am Brian Tumwine Biaruhanga. And let's start over with empowering women. The financial sector deepening Uganda has released findings highlighting persistent financial inclusion gaps among young women in Uganda. The study shows that while many young women increasingly rely on mobile money services, access to formal financial products such as savings, credit and insurance remains limited. Researchers say this continues to hinder economic growth and opportunities for many young women. Charity brings us to speed.
Uganda is a home to nearly 4.5 million young women aged 18 years and above, a population that continues to face various socio-economic challenges, including limited access to financial services. Financial sector deepening Uganda convened a stakeholders meeting to share findings on the status of young women across the country and explore strategies to improve financial inclusion.
So we're trying to understand in this study how we can continue to support young women to have increased access in terms of savings, in terms of credit, in terms of insurance to better manage their financial needs.
During the event, officials identified key barriers to financial empowerment, including limited access to credit, inadequate savings opportunities, and low levels of financial literacy. Officials stressed the need to address these challenges to boost young women's economic participation.
We also went into the field to speak to different women in 4 districts, Port Portal, Gulu, Kampala and Mbale, to understand their day-to-day financial needs, how they use mobile money or whatever other financial services, what are the key barriers and key enablers for their access to financial services.
They commended the government for ongoing efforts to promote financial inclusion and called for sustainable support and targeted interventions to empower young women economically.
These young people need to be empowered to fully optimize the value from the money they're receiving. If I'm receiving 1 million shillings from PDM, how best can I translate it into 3 million, 4 million, 5, 6 years down the road? I think that is an area where, if government is to prioritize, that's an area where they should put a lot of emphasis.
Stakeholders have been urged to strengthen partnerships and invest in initiatives that expand access to affordable and inclusive financial services for young women across the country. Charity Marion Imnat and Okelo Madid reporting for UBC.
Now let's talk Africa Day. Uganda's rich culture, tourism potential and export products took center stage in London as Uganda High Commission joined fellow African diplomatic missions to celebrate the Africa Day. John Barnes Sentamo brings us to speed.
Held at the Novotel Hotel in Hammersmith, the event attracted more than 300 guests and was organized under the theme African Solidarity and Heritage. The celebration was chaired by Zimbabwe's ambassador to the UK, His Excellency retired Colonel Christian Kasande.
If you look at Grandma's Garden, under Grandma's Garden, you have one.
The Ugandan exhibition stall emerged as one of the most popular attractions at the event, offering visitors a unique glimpse into the Pearl of Africa.
Fruits, the mangoes, all these are found in the markets around the UK now. And we have macadamia, which is one of the things we are now growing in Uganda. We have quite a number of things, the fruits and other things. And with us, we are showcasing the wildlife, the fauna and the flora of Uganda.
A major highlight was an artistic display inspired by Uganda's mountain gorillas and the breathtaking landscapes of Gahinga, capturing the attention of guests and showcasing the country's natural beauty.
You know, Winston Churchill went and visited Africa. On his return, he told Her Majesty the Queen that, Your Majesty, I traversed the whole of Africa and I found Uganda is indeed a pearl of Africa for the fauna, the flora, the wildlife, the vegetation. It is indeed a pearl of Africa. I call it a small world in a jar. So we have with us the Magahinga forest showcased right in here, where everybody is moving to see the wonders of the world in this small place.
Visitors also sampled a variety of Ugandan products already available in the UK market, with Grandma's garden dried fruits receiving strong praise, while Africaba dried jackfruit proved to be the crowd favorite, and Kapeka sweet pineapple attracted positive reviews. Uganda's beverages made an equally strong impression as guests enjoyed Kachira gin and rum, alongside different flavors of Uganda Waragi, with the lemon and ginger varieties emerging as the most popular.
We brought the entire Magahinga impenetrable forest with a Businje family of gorilla, a family of 15, and there we are. The world is surprised, and we are happy to showcase the Pearl of Africa. We are talking about the products. Here we are with a gin, very famous gin, and one of the world's best gin anyway, Uganda Waragi. And then we have with us the Kachira gin, which is made from sugar cane.
Adding color to the celebrations, the Uganda High Commission showcased traditional Karamojong attire on the international runway. The vibrant, bearded garments generated significant interest, with many guests expressing a desire to visit Karamoja and experience its unique culture firsthand. Uganda's participation highlighted its commitment to promoting tourism, trade and cultural diplomacy in the UK, while strengthening ties and showcasing the country's diverse heritage to the world.
Thank you so much, John Barnes, for us. Now let's come back here to Kampala. Kyambogo University has developed a Braille version of the Guild Constitution to promote the inclusion of students with visual impairment in student leadership and governance. The initiative aims at enhancing accessibility, promoting equality, and ensuring that all students can effectively participate in university affairs. Let's take a look.
Students with visual impairment at Kyambogo University have welcomed the development, saying it will provide them with greater opportunities to participate in guild affairs and leadership processes.
This Braille Constitution was launched. So having this Braille Constitution will help our GRC to talk about the policies that favor us, or to know the missing policy, the gaps where changes can be, where changes needed to implement such, or to advocate for such policies to be put in place, because you will be having the Braille Constitution at hand.
The translated constitution has been produced in both audio and Braille formats with specific accessibility features to support users with visual impairment.
We are looking at changing text to Braille, changing small text to large print or large format, changing text into audio for all categories of students with disabilities.
Kyambogo University currently has at least 96 students with visual impairment. In the current guild leadership, one of the representatives is visually impaired and is expected to represent the interests of this group.
I believe that this constitution is going to be accessible to all students with disabilities, and mostly the visually impaired who have been left out. And one, they've been left out in the leadership opportunities. They do not know the positions, the what, but then the guild constitution that is brailled is brailled to fully be accessible to all students who are visually impaired.
Students under this category have expressed optimism about the initiative and are calling for wider availability of the Constitution to ensure easier access for all who need it.
The Guild Minister for Disability, Support and Inclusion.
A good achievement there for those people at Kyambogo. Now let's talk Ebola. The Ministry of Health has appealed to all health workers to exercise infection prevention and control measures while handling patients this season because of the Ebola outbreak. Now the Director General of Health Services at the Ministry of Health, Professor Charles Olaro, emphasizes that since health workers are at the front line of receiving patients, they must ensure that standard operating procedures are followed. Let's take a look.
we emphasize on hand washing, sanitizing, because the capsule of the virus gets destroyed by soap, gets destroyed by what? Sanitizer. So when you practice those few and then you put on POPs, put on gloves, if you do that, then you're able to do what? But bottom line, definitely, that while we're emphasizing that is because we want to make that other services should be able to continue. A mother who needs to deliver should be able to deliver.
Yeah.
Anybody needs an operation should be able to operate. So, but at the same time, they should be able to look at what's the travel history of the patient, what is the patient presenting with, because what we have so far seen is that apart from presenting with malaria, it does not mean that a Ebola patient will not have malaria. Actually, sometimes some people have been misled, because when they do a blood slide and say it's positive, then they say it's malaria. But you might have to find that the person also has Ebola. So we need to take that into consideration.
We always want to educate the public, educate the masses, for the people to understand.